Greetings and welcome to a Friday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is January 30th. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing great. I gotta say, it's Victory Friday, Brendan.
What are we celebrating? Illinois?
No. Something much longer term. It appears, maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse, but it appears that we might be getting the YouTube bank out. The YouTube money in the bank that's been sitting there for however long we've had our YouTube page, accruing with no hope of getting out, might be coming out.
Maybe. I don't know. You don't put the cart before the horse here. You're tempting fate. But we have money sitting. I mean, it's not, it's not going to change the world. The fried egg has YouTube money just sitting, but we don't know how to get it out. It's like losing your pin and there's no way you can replace it or something for the ATM. And it's just been sitting there. It's an ongoing bit. And, but it's a real bit. It's a reality on the ground. It's not a mock bit. That's good. I'm glad we got someone who can crack into that safe. That's great.
Hopefully, maybe. It's like you got a safe that you lost your key.
Right.
Apparently they just mail you a new safe key.
For what? What are you talking
about?
Say
you lost a safe key?
Like at
apparently
a hotel,
they just mail you a new one.
Oh, okay. Doesn't seem secure, right? Couldn't you just say
that's what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, anyways, somebody knows you're out of town. They can just be like, I lost the key. Here's the serial number.
I
feel like you need to have like a safe code.
We got an inquiry from a young whippersnapper. I don't know. We'll respond to the email. I'm sorry. We're talking about it before. We're better at talking about things than replying to emails. Will from the Kellogg School of Business at Northwestern. Maybe this is a subject we could talk to him about. Is getting money out of your YouTube account and the struggles that you might encounter. We're going to Evanston or thereabouts the week of February 12th, Saturday or Thursday.
Chicago's Big Ten team.
Thursday, February 12th. Buy your tickets now if you can afford them. Thursday, February 12th at Space.
I mean, maybe we should donate some of the proceeds of the YouTube bank to tickets.
I mean, I don't know. Do we have enough in the YouTube bank? I'm kidding. Look, it's just jammed. It is what it is. We're just happy. It's gonna be great. We got tickets are moving. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a blast. We don't do this very often. We're dabbling, but it's in the area of Northwestern. We got an inquiry from a fella, the Northwestern Kellogg School, to talk there. I think this is just an informal club. I don't think any professor is getting this jamokes like us to come through and talk about whatever margin calls or something, whatever else they got going on there. But I don't know. Do we want PJ shaping, the future CEOs? And that's one of the great business schools in the world, the Kellogg School. Is that something we should do while we're in town?
Listen, I don't think it's every day that they get the opportunity to listen to a former NFL executive like PJ dish on business. So, yeah, I do think PJ should be up there front and center. I think maybe PJ should do it by himself.
He can talk the challenges of the YouTube bank. And what
I think I might be the least businessly inclined person possible for this. I'll do my best, but I think there are better options on this call specifically. But happy to be involved.
I've seen you work your way around like the concession stand at the Masters and make your money go pretty far. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
That's where the line is. I mean, listen, I'll take it. I'll take that, I guess.
So yeah, tickets are available. I'm not for the Kellogg talk, which may or may not go on, but for the live show, which will be blast. We've got to run a show going. I think Kevin's going to come talk about some sliding doors moments in golf, which could be a fun segment. We're going to do some SGS memories, like what are like, I don't know, still sharpening that one. 5 hardest times we've laughed or 5 enjoyable. And then we'll talk about Pebble. We'll do a flashback Friday on Chicago themed. May have some guests. It should be fun. We've got a big.
May have some guests.
Beefy show. Emphasis on the may.
Very big emphasis.
Takes us putting a little more effort into looking around the room. And not sure we're ready.
Might just pull somebody up from the audience.
Yeah,
That could be.
There will be Q&A. There'll be Q&A.
Then we can say we checked the box. We had a guest.
Gonna make PJ crazy because his Q&A. Get him some anxiety going. So we got a good show, and it won't be on the feed. So I think exclusive maybe to ticket purchasers. Feels like probably should provide that at least if you're buying the ticket. So should be good. Beefy hour and a half, something like that. So go check out the link to buy tickets in the show notes here. All right, let's get to it. Big news.
Let us.
Gosh, first quarter, first 3-4 weeks of the year. We're having no golf the first 10-15 days. We are hitting the news jackpot.
Are you talking about Finau debuting his Jordan brand fits? Is that the big news?
No, I have no interest in that. Tony Finau is just grasping for relevance at this point.
Come on. Why are you so hard on Finau?
I'm not being hard on him. He hasn't done anything on a golf course in like 18 months.
He just made an ace to get to T96.
Oh, my God. Wow. You came right in, swooping right
that
in.
That literally happened probably 5 minutes ago.
There we go. So. Congrats to Tony. Watch your ankles run around after the ace there. No, I wasn't thinking about his Jordan brand stuff. I say
I think he's probably redefining golf fashion.
It could be. Whatever. I don't understand. Like, nothing is redefined. It's just circular. It's the same shit from like what was in 1990 is now not 2026. So how is anything redefined? Wouldn't it be just resurfaced, recirculated? Right? It's all. That's what. I'm not saying it's bad. What I've always wondered about, this is a digression. What I've always wondered about fashion.
This is why the Finau debuting the Jordan brand was the big news. It wasn't Patrick Reed.
What I've always wondered about fashion is like, who decides and where that like this becomes a thing and then it catches on like wildfire? Like obviously growing up in the 90s, Fab Five started wearing lawn shorts. Everybody wore lawn shorts, but then all of a sudden it became short shorts here in the last decade, like Bronny's era. Like I just want who's the person what's a great one I've wondered about? All the women, like the suburban moms around me, I noticed this about a year ago. They wear like the leggings, and all of a sudden someday somebody decided to pull the crew socks up over the bottom of the leggings, right? So now the crew socks are up over, like who did that? And then all these women just said, that's what I'm going to start doing. Like who decided that was the thing? And now everybody's doing it. That's what I've never understood about
It's like
fashion.
the kids with the socks, the mid-high sock.
Right. Those are back or were back.
Yeah, they were. I don't know if they're still back.
Will Boy makes fun of us, at least me. He's like, you can spot a millennial because they just can't have their ankles covered by socks. We always wear the low cut, or that's anathema to wear the crew sock. I just wondering like who decides this is what we're doing now, and then it just catches on like wildfire.
Well, they're tastemakers. That's why people are pondering today. Why do people hate on Torrey Pines? That's what X told me today was a big subject. Yeah, I'm happy to see the aggregators taking their stand against Torrey Pines. All the courageous aggregators who are now fighting the battle, 10 years later.
I have no judgment on any of this. I'm just curious how it all happens. Just dumb things.
You know what? It takes one person. It takes one person to put themselves out there with something different.
Right. I love it. Well, Tony Finau's out there. He's making aces in his fits, as they call him. P. Reed is coming back. I don't know about his fit. I know the LIV is gone. He's at the Bapco Energy's Bahrain Championship. And
I think we should reach out and see what a hat deal would cost for fried egg.
Too much. The negotiations with Justine would be worth the content, though.
We got YouTube money now, though.
Yeah, that's right. I could ask Business Pete, do we have
free.
the right to explore what we can do with the YouTube money?
It could be free. It's just found money. Just give it to Pete.
What would be your 3 things that you'd like to invest in from the YouTube money? with the YouTube money.
PJ, you answer that.
I think P's hat would be a really great start.
I think that would get us maybe 1.5 rounds or something. A P's hat. I don't.
Would
think
it be worth it
very
though?
long. Sure.
I can't. No, P's hat. The market for P's hat is not robust.
I mean, these guys are. Do you see
were-
Brooks is
there
on the
were a
cover of
couple years-
everything this week.
But a couple of years ago, P was wearing a hat that somebody was like, just to be clear, we're not sponsoring P.
Yeah,
Remember
what was
that?
What was that?
I think he was wearing a Titleist hat.
Oh, I think you might be right.
So
At the
you're
Masters.
over. I think we're over indexing.
No, it's a
P's
new
hat
era.
might cost.
New era. P is coming back. He's got good vibes. He's got positive
Great vibes.
momentum.
Amazing
it seems
vibes.
like right now.
Speaking of P, do we use the YouTube money to go see P at DLF? Is this how we get to India?
Peach, I think before your 10 years done here, I don't know when, hopefully never done here, you will be taking the Newark direct to Delhi.
God, it's we're gonna need a lot of Sour Patch Kids, as Brendan said. We need a lot.
Power you through that flight.
A lot of Sour Patch
I think
Kids.
you can meet Dr. Munjal.
Well, I got some questions.
You see, Miami University is giving Ron Harper an honorary degree this weekend.
No, I
Yeah.
did not. But
They're
there
21-0. The Red Hawks, and then Ron Harper, a favorite Cav, probably a more favorite bull of yours, Andy, but a great guy. Is he going to be Dr. Harper now? If he's going by the Dr. Munjal deal, maybe that's what he does.
Won a few championships in Chicago. Can't say the same about Cleveland.
Okay.
There's a guy standing in his way in Cleveland.
Yeah, he was early Cleveland there. Yes. I enjoyed your D Rose night. That was fun. It seemed like a big celebration of life.
D Rose night was great. It was definitely more authentic and seemed more real than the Cavs LeBron display last night.
All right. Nobody booed Jerry Krause's widow or anything. You guys got
that.
through it.
That was last year.
I understand. Sure. I don't think Mrs. Krause
it was honestly an embarrassing moment as a Chicago fan.
Where were we? Patrick Reed is back.
Reed.
I mean, it's interesting. There's like pretty grand proclamations being made by, I would say even-headed people, level-headed people. I saw Ewan Murray said, "LIV is dead. It's only a matter of time. This is it. LIV is bleeding." They've lost Patrick Reed and Brooks Koepka. I believe a James Corrigan note in the Telegraph said LIV met all of his demands, his contract demands. So he had a deal and he just said no, turned it down, and decided to. This is per that report. Maybe that's not the full picture, but that's his report, and decided to leave. It's incredible narratively for people like us, people like the PGA Tour, as they continue to sort of. I think they're leaning on LIV right now. They're trying to grind them down. There's articles about, the PIF is going to rein it in. They're cutting back on some projects. This is obviously Yasser's baby, but he's not the ultimate authority in that country. Do you feel like this is a massive blow to LIV? Is it done? Is it cooked?
Yeah, it's cooked. I don't think it's cooked. Again, I always go back to like well-funded competitors. You never can count them out. But this is a massive blow. The reality of the situation is that they, in the moment you don't realize this, but like they set themselves up for this exact situation because they signed these guys and contracts are amazing, right? And they signed these guys to ludicrous contracts, not Ludicrous, the performer, the players, but ludicrous, the word. Obscene numbers for these guys. And what they're setting themselves up for, that money was just to come over. But if somebody's making $50 million a year annualized when they look at their contract, and then, or $15 million a year, let's just say, or $20 million a year, And then the next round of negotiations, you offer him a 3-year deal worth like $3 million a year. That's a huge pay cut.
I think you're ready to talk to the Northwestern Kellogg kids, the way you're going with this.
So in a way, like part of like, no matter what, they weren't going to keep paying them the same. So then you're just in this spot where you're slighting them by, and I don't think it's like a necessarily like, but like you're offering them so much less money. And at that point, they've already got the money that matters. You know, like all these guys got the lump sum, and it's like, well, I'm set now. They matched the number that I want, like effectively wanted in my career. And now like $5 million or $10 million over 3 years doesn't really seem relevant because it's not going to materially change my life, which is like a preposterous thing. But they handed over, and like it's easier to see this now. And nobody saw this as a potential issue in 2021, 2022. I want to just be clear. But you give all these guys the generational wealth to come over, but it also gives them, you know, because of the lack of momentum, the lack of progress, the lack of seriousness from Greg Norman, the ultimate possibly sports executive chuckle fuck of all time. Because of him and the lack of foresight of the league, you then set yourself, you acquired all this talent and you gave them generational wealth in the sense that they then don't really care about your peanuts offer, which is a lot of money, to be clear.
Yeah.
But they don't care because they've already made their money. And it's like, well, I just want to go back and play. Like you've heard Brooks say a couple times, I've fallen in love back in love with the game. You know, you hear P. Reed talk about like just enjoying being in the mix again. It's like these people have missed that because this league's been deeply unserious. They have gone and played for a bunch of clowns.
I mean,
and they're tired. They're now these guys are prioritizing that over, you know, the thing. You know, I have a buddy who works in another sport, and he talks about the progression of players in their career. And the first thing they want is notoriety. The next thing they want is to get paid. And then the third thing they want for the primarily is to win.
Resume.
And if you think about that in the progression of LIV, is like they had the notoriety, LIV got them paid, and now all these guys are like, well, I just want to be relevant again. I want to win on the grandest stage and be relevant again. And it's just
it's about legacy, not leverage this time. What you're laying out, look, and like honestly, like the league, of course, it was well funded, and there was some thought. It was kind of just launched on a whim. It was like Yasser and at the time Majed, they were at a decision point, and they're like, they had to decide, like, do it. Of course, they had some planning and thought and cash, but like, I don't know that there was like a 10-year plan or a long-range plan. And the situation you just laid out, what is the one thing? Okay, you have a contract renewal. The one thing, the biggest like carrot stick impediment motivator to keeping them at LIV most of these guys is how hard it could be to get back to the PGA Tour. Like, can I get back? And now we're seeing Brian Rolapp whittle that away, lower it, remove it in different ways. And so that is totally changing the dynamic.
Can we just like pause for a second?
What?
I'm just going to say LIV deserves this. They just released a graphic this week about their league starting up. And this has been, it's chuckle fuck you.
It was Fox. I want to be, I think it was Fox.
Okay, it's Fox.
Same thing.
They're doing it in tandem.
Yeah.
Chuckle fuck you.
It's always been.
Since day one. They did the fake draft. Somebody came across the documents for the fake draft because it's a deeply unserious organization. But anyways, this week they released a graphic to pump up the league, And they have typos in two of the captains' names. Martin Kraymer instead of Kaymer, which he will forever be on this podcast from now on. Martin, old Marty Kraymer from Long Island. My buddy, Marty Kraymer, who's a two-time major winner and a players champion.
Yeah,
former number one player in the world. You botch his name. And only to make it worse, you misspell Phil Mickelson's name. And
Westy was curiously absent. And who else was misspelled? There were three.
DJ.
Dustin Johnson, yeah.
I mean, this is not a serious organization. So, yes, they're getting exactly what they came for. I heard this week Scott O'Neill's pissed off. He called an all-hands meeting, which constitutes 100 people. And he apparently was very upset about all the information leaks. And he told people, I better not hear anything about this meeting out there.
Well, guess Barry what? Weiss situation.
There's 100 people in the meeting. There's going to be leaks.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's word of the meeting.
That's what Barry Weiss did at the CBS. And then, people were tweeting about the CBS meeting. As she said, there better not be leaks. Oh, God. That's good. P is back. I don't know. LIV is a week away from Riyadh. I look at their page, and there are 3 aces. That's it. DJ and the Belgian boys. And what's DJ? I mean, God bless DJ. Could not give a F. Oh, sure. Who are these Belgians? I don't know. Re-sign me. Do it. I just want to go fishing. I don't know. They need an ace. I don't know.
Happy being a soccer dad.
Maybe they bump someone up. They find someone in Riyadh. You know, they usually have the Saudi kind of project player.
Name?
I don't remember. Maybe he becomes the 4th ace, at least for Riyadh, for a week.
Why don't they acquire Anthony Kim? Go out there and get the wild card.
I was just curious about what these rosters are.
They're bad.
The GOATs might be the worst. Bubba, who's been relegated I think multiple times. Ben Campbell, Peter Uihlein, and Matthew Wolff. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to talk about this right now.
I think the thing about it too is when 3 years ago, LIV could get chesty with their we have X number of the last major champions.
Yeah.
And now, when you do that, it's pretty dire.
I mean, yeah.
They have a couple nice young players. They've got Rahm, Hatton, Neiman, Puig,
Bryson,
and that's it.
I wouldn't say Phil has really helped the proceedings in a way that
Phil should be playing on the Champions Tour.
He was supposed to. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Anyways, Patrick is back. In a statement, he said, I will continue to compete and play as an honorary lifetime member on the DP World Tour. Truly honored to do. I'm a traditionalist at heart, which I would agree with. I think he probably is. I don't know, Ben Hogan was wearing like choker necklaces when he came out on the tour, but I think he is a traditionalist at heart. And
as to our earlier discussion, who was the one that made choker necklaces a thing? Who was the first person? Who made maybe Ricky Castillo's just trying to bring the puka shell necklace back.
Yeah. Did you have some idiot come back from spring break, like sophomore, whatever, in college? And
I'm waiting for Frosted Tips to come back.
Oh, God.
Did you ever have Frosted Tips?
No, God. Give me a break. You know me better than that. Christ. No jewelry, necklaces, Frosted Tips of any kind. I'm a traditionalist at heart.
You're like period a traditionalist.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And I was born to play on the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour was at your disposal and you just left. Come on. I was born to play on the PGA Tour. I don't know. That's just some saccharine, sappy bullshit, if I'm being honest with you. He turned his back. He was antagonistic. He was when he left. He was antagonistic.
I mean, he's been an antagonistic person. He's just an antagonist.
So it sounds like to TJ, the Aces and Liv, I want to thank you for the memories we shared and created together. Okay, sure, I guess. So he's coming back. The tour released it first via their comms. I mean, they're being decisive these days.
It seemed like there was a nice little embargo. We didn't get invited to the embargo.
I mean, we're not in on the spitballing meetings. I don't think we ever will be. That's fine.
Well, we could stop hitting. We could stop hitting.
Man, we sure are spitballing, aren't we, Rich?
I'm not willing to sacrifice that for an
Well, thanks. First of all, thanks for saying I don't sound defensive.
I forgot about that. I mean, this is all news the entire world knows.
We don't use that one enough, in my opinion. I'm happy that one got back in the mix. That one hasn't come up in a while.
I love how they just are teeing up all the outlets just to have it. The second the comms goes live, it's every article goes live.
Noon on Wednesday or something. Yeah, everybody's got it.
Remember how we used to make fun of Brian Wacker for saying some golf news coming soon? It's almost coming back now. But nobody's. I was trying to find an old Brian Wacker some golf news coming tweet. But the people that made fun of it are now partaking in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. You just be careful. Don't let the tour comms groom you and then they're kind of megaphone.
People might be mad.
Well, thanks. First of all, thanks for saying I don't sound defensive.
He is seeking reinstatement of his PGA Tour membership for the 27th season, playing out of the past champion category. He is eligible to compete on the tour as a non-member beginning August 25th, 2026. He may also pursue improved PGA Tour status via the DP World Tour. So I think would he be eligible for the P Cup? The season's over, essentially, the 25th. Is he going to go play the or what is it, the Good Championship in Austin? He might just be going through the Mexico events. I don't know. All the fall. Could be lit. Right?
I mean, now you sound like you're trying to bring that word there.
That was a joke.
I'm here for everything, P. This could be. I'm just ready for the Euro Tour. I think he's gonna just run roughshod out there.
Already committed to Qatar. He's in Bahrain now. He's going 4 in a row, Middle East, right now.
I think he's gonna just dominate that tour.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he's going to do well. Yeah. Yeah.
I said this. I just recorded with Trevor, so I don't want to reuse. But they'll come out next week, but on Friday. But I said this to Trevor. It's like I have a buddy who played on tour, got sent down a couple times. At his peak, got to FedEx, finals. He always said to me, watch the guys that are bona fide players when they get, and I'm sorry to do this to the Euro Tour. I love you, Euro Tour. I hate that these words are coming out of my life. But when legit guys get demoted, they rake and they're right back up. And P. Reed's legit top 20 player. I'd probably say top 15 player of his generation.
Would need to think about that, but yeah, that's probably he wins a lot. He wins big events.
Mm-hmm. Won the Masters. He's just really good.
Never has gotten to that top 5 threshold that he proclaimed when he won Durrell in 2015. But he's been 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
But you're going to send this guy down, and, I hate to do this to these names I love. He's going to be playing against Toby Tree, Nacho Elvira, Jason Scrivener, and
Toby Tree.
That's who he's going to be playing against? He's going to fucking clean up.
Can I read you the Bapco Bahrain Championship?
I saw
leaderboard?
Freddie Schatz in the lead.
Freddie Schott and Alejandro Del Rey, Nikolai von Dellinghausen, the Recanters in there. Nicholas Lemke, I don't know if that's Mark Lemke's kid, is now playing out at the Euro Tour. Daniel Hellier, Shub Sharma, Hugo. We got Hugo Cousseau. So yeah, I get it. I don't see a Toby Tree, but Beef is back. Over here's the thing: Beef has been hurt and hasn't played in like 5 years. He's T8.
He's got to. Pete Reed's got to take down the DVD player to get his PGA Tour card back.
To be fair, though, I mean, like P has been up and down in the last.
I know, but
he comes back. He's up. He does get back up.
He's got to play well. He already won a Rolex event.
I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is not a DJ kind of situation. He's yeah.
He had a legitimate shot at winning the Masters last year.
Hold out. Nobody knew. He didn't know because nobody clapped.
Actually, like one of my favorite memories, sneaky memories, like I have to be triggered to remember it, was like I was standing there when that happened. 17, right? And nobody knew anything. And then he walked up and he like looked in the hole and it was there and everybody went nuts. But nobody saw it. Nope. I mean, there's thousands of people.
Okay. Nobody saw it going. On that subject, he's going to return to probably less warmth than Brooks. I mean, he's on the record with some incendiary stuff. Time does heal.
He left with a lot less warmth.
I mean, just read the Friday newsletter. We pulled some quotes from the archives. It's there's a lot of scar tissue there with a lot of different players. But we all get older, we mature, and time heals wounds. And I don't know. I think there's probably an appreciation. I did enjoy Harris English spoke at the Farmers on would have been Wednesday afternoon. Interesting quote. Now you'll remember, it was Harris versus P for the national title. Augusta State
former teammates,
the deciding point. And former teammates. Let's talk about some scar tissue. Not necessarily with Harris, but certainly with that team, but probably Harris too. I just saw the Patrick news when I was working out in the trailer this morning. I saw it pop up. I didn't do Twitter or anything in the morning. I love that. I didn't do Twitter or anything in the morning. Keep me off that shit. I kind of knew that Brooks thing was coming by some of his comments. I didn't know it was going to happen this quickly. But as you're seeing, the kind of dominoes are starting to fall of maybe those guys on the LIV Tour are not that happy out there, and the grass is not greener on the other side. They're seeing the PGA Tour getting stronger and having more success and kind of seeing that money's not the end-all, be-all. Like, that doesn't fulfill them. It doesn't fulfill me. They're still competitors. They're competitive people, and they love playing in the biggest events against the best players in the world. For me, that's out here on the PGA Tour, and I think they're starting to realize that's what fulfills them. Harris kind of can be accused of being a robot sometimes or a little stiff, but I thought that was both critical, incisive, and insightful.
Oh yeah,
for him, and he's a sharp dude, but sort of typecast as the envelope man in the Ryder Cup, but he's a great player and a sharp dude. And I thought that was interesting. Obviously, he has a little bit of history with Patrick Reed, but
I think he summed up like the thing, the whole LIV saga is that at first the appeal was all the money, which is like, on its face, often like a big appeal, but then you go and the fact that they have never been able to actually create competitive competition.
Yeah, competitive product
is the thing that's going to be the Achilles heel. Is that they never created if you thought about everything they did, the easiest thing to do is to just make a competitive golf tournament.
Yeah. I think they were worried about making a splash and the carving station and all this stuff. Yeah,
music.
Yeah,
the fan atmosphere,
logos.
And what they had to do was just make something competitive so that the people you just spent billions of dollars to acquire don't take it unseriously, which they clearly did.
Big news for us, for people who love content. I think P is like a great golfer to watch. He's obviously had his run-ins and, lawsuits with many media members, other players served, subpoenas, all sorts of things over the years. I don't know. Maybe he comes back a different cat. We'll see.
Do you think Clayman's still representing him?
No, I don't think the Clayman is. It's just, are you surprised? Are you surprised at the sort of, I wouldn't call it open door policy that's going on at the tour, but it's pretty frictionless. You don't get to participate in the equity program. Are you surprised at all, even for someone like P?
I think I would be, I'm surprised in the sense of where we were 3 years ago.
I would agree with you.
I think it just speaks volumes to the importance of that the organization had to get someone in that could move past everything. And it's become like so fun to bag on Jay Monahan, for the general golf public. And yeah, Monahan would never have been able to do this, but I would ask, like, what human being that went through what he went through would have been able to drop all of it?
The heat of 22 and 3.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
It's somebody that says they would be able to do that, like, they're probably lying.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I think, like, the best thing, and it probably wasn't clear on the face of when they hired Rolapp. There are a lot of things and reasons why they hired Rolapp, but maybe the most valuable thing in terms of ending this war, like, everybody's like, they're going to get the deal done. The most valuable thing was somebody that just, like, didn't care about the past, and it can wipe. And it's like kind of a good reminder. I mean, we go through life. Life is hard. And, like, you carry all this stuff about your past and, like, things that happen in your past. And it's probably a good reminder, this whole situation, of, like, sometimes you just got to let shit go. Because they've let it go, and they have done so much damage to LIV in the last 4 weeks.
Let it go with strategy and effect. Yeah. And I think LIV's going to keep going. Maybe it's just these international guys who are making what you would call peanuts deals, but are still better than what they would get, finishing 25th on the race to Dubai or 75th in the FedEx Cup. And it's just international guys. I don't know. We'll see.
You think about if LIV lost like one or two more guys, how great of a spot Laurie Canter's in.
Just like, I mean, the purses are like 32 million.
I'm a top 10 player on this league that has preposterous purses, and the bottom half of this league is like a joke of quality players.
Yeah. Unsubstantiated rumor that there was maybe some actionable items with counsel about purses not being fully, like, how they changed the team dynamic. The team cash goes back into the team itself. I don't know, unsubstantiated, but yeah, it's a good spot if you're Victor Perez or whoever.
Amazing spot. That's the thing, is the league continues like to spiral for the likes of John Rahm and Tyrrell.
Mm-hmm.
And because, like, especially John Rahm and Bryson, they're at this stratosphere of player where, like, only a couple things really matter, and they have the wealth that it doesn't really matter. But for the likes of Victor Perez, David Puig, like, this is a dream setup in terms of, like, earning, an extraordinary amount of wealth for doing relatively, like, nothing.
It's a good setup. And you too can get a good setup if you go to beadratty.com
That's
Use
right.
the promo code SGS30. These guys know fashion. They know what's in style.
Victor Perez, he's going to be comfortable in more ways than just his clothes next year.
I mean, I don't know if we got the memo. I just assume he's still not. Maybe he is a Dratty ambassador.
He's still a Dratty guy.
Oh,
I'm not
really?
positive, though.
I assume the cliques had to do their whole deal with
Oh, yeah. Is he a
right?
clique?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a clique. I get, they get the branded expert,
yeah.
the
Maybe
weekender
he's
bag
not
and all
anymore.
that stuff.
He's going to be less comfortable. He's going to be less comfortable on the course, but more comfortable off the course because of his financial situation.
And if he wants to save a few more bucks, he can use SGS 30. He's stuff he's familiar with and knows and loves. I like Victor Perez.
I will say he's still listed on the website. Is the first Dratty ambassador. So
okay, we'll have to talk to them.
Open for interpretation.
All right. I just hold on while we're here. I want to. I went to the Crushers page. Their top bar, so their navigation bar on their website goes news, video, roster, schedule, fan club. All right. If I go to the Aces, roster, schedule, news, videos, social club. Let me read you what the cliques have here.
They probably put so much time and effort into this.
Roster, schedule, art of golf,
Yeah.
collabs, join our club.
Collabs with these
The art of golf.
Art Basel type.
Art of Golf has just like a bunch of like fancy tour bags, staff bags as the header image. And then it says, the Art of Golf. I've never read this before, by the way.
Going in cold.
The Art of Golf marks the beginning of a new creative chapter for Cliques Golf Club. In collaboration with 11 visionary artists, we've transformed the golf bag from equipment to canvas, blurring the lines between tradition and what's next. This is more than a collaboration. Otherwise, it would be in the collabs folder. No, this is more than a collaboration. It's a platform to carry golf into creativity, where the course becomes a gallery and every bag tells a story.
Carrying golf forward. Well, Liv's not dead yet. We didn't get to this tab first. We shouldn't. Live death pronouncements are too soon.
Hey,
unless you've read The Art of Golf.
Staying up on the trends is tough. Easy way to do it. Be Dratty.
Be Dratty. They got the Coastal Collection out right now.
This whole episode, the through line's been trends.
It's trend, yeah, and respectable trends. The trends that won't have you looking like a clown. That go away.
You know what I'm disappointed in?
What?
We haven't gone blow by blow on Brooks's return yet. It's 4-minute 43.
What do people want?
He made 15 pars and 2 bogeys and 1 birdie. And, how do you look?
Ball speed. SGS 30 at bdratty.com. Coastal Collection. I need it for Miami. You need it for the spring. All right.
Hey, Art of Golf.
Art of Golf. Sure. Brooks.
This is a line that the influencer should use. This is more than a collaboration. That should be the line whenever somebody's breaking down.
What does that mean? More than a collaboration? It's a torrent love affair. What's more than a collaboration? What is, I don't know. We just like throw words out there without meaning. It's all bullshit. Anyways,
hey, the shotgun start, in its earliest days, we were a collaboration.
We were.
We weren't part of the same company, so we were a collab. But we proved it's more than a collaboration.
Well, yeah, no, we were an off the books collaboration. Brooks Koepka is T101. CBS executives shaking in their boots. You might not get him for the weekend. I don't know. He shot 73 on the South course, which is playing 3 strokes harder than the North course, which was like 69, almost 69 even stroke average as we record this. Still guys out on the course.
He's never played well here.
Yeah. I'm not going blow by blow. You want to go listen to some fantasy golf podcast where they didn't do that.
Listen, this doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Okay. Like golf, we've done this a million times. Today you know what today felt like to me?
Is he washed?
Tiger coming back from an injury.
My glutes are shutting off. That was the sign.
And we get into this state of like hyper analysis of the littlest things.
Yeah.
It was a round of golf.
Yeah.
In the course of a season on tour, we'll say he plays 24 times on tour, 4 rounds of tournament. That's 90 plus rounds of golf. 96, that'd be 96 rounds of golf. And this is so it's 1% of his golf of the year.
Right.
Let's check in on what we think about Brooks after Scottsdale, after the Florida swing. And if he hasn't done anything by the Masters, I think that's the time where we start to ask, what's going on. But in the interim, he's back. He hasn't been great for a couple years. He says he's saying all the right things, and you got to just give the game some time to just come out. And he might go and shoot 63 tomorrow. And the same people that are, he was, got to wonder, will be like in hysteria that Brooks is back. And the reality is, like, golf is earned by playing consistently good over long stretches of time.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's not make any extrapolations. But it was a big news story, and it was on the cover of everything. I couldn't believe it.
On the worldwide leader.
The tour, like, say they have 5 boxes on their webpage. He was in like 3 or 4 of them, right? This guy who is persona non grata, like literally 6 weeks ago, and now it's like Rolapp knows what he's leaning
You're giving Rolapp all the credit.
Well, thanks. First of all, thanks for saying I don't sound defensive.
Brooksy, he did talk to Todd Lewis after the round. They rolled out Todd Lewis, and he talked to Brooksy. And honestly, he said he was nervous off the tee. He was kind of guiding it around because he was so nervous. He's like, I didn't drive it well because I think I was nervous. He legit looked emotional when talking about playing with like Max. Like, it was just like cool to play with Max again inside the ropes. Just good to be out there. I will say, like, we're overanalyzing Brooks and his intentions. I will say he seems truly, genuinely, like, grateful and happy to just be back. And the irony of it is, this is a guy who could not give 2 shits about regular PGA Tour events like 5-6 years ago before he left. And now he could be fooling me, and I'm just projecting. But he looks like truly grateful and happy to be out there. So
you don't miss what you had until it's gone.
Yeah. That's right.
And I think the other thing with both these guys is 4 or 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
I think like so much of your life changes in years like 30 to 35.
Especially at this age. Yeah.
It's wild. Like you really morph into like a different person. Like I feel like I don't even like remember anything that happened those years because so much changed.
Everybody's doing that like 2016 trend again. I was never gonna post, but I like looked back. I was like, oh my god, it's like a different human.
Yeah,
it's like crazy. Would have been early 30s. Anyways, at the top of the leaderboard, we have a Justin zone and a Max zone. Not Homa. Homa did not play well. That trio between Ludvig, Homa, and Brooks were not good. All on the worldwide leader. Ludvig is near DFL.
Do we need to start worrying? I mean, like, he's never been more comfortable getting to and from the course.
We know that. He's got those AI driver assist systems.
It might be time to sound the alarm?
No. I think he'll be all right. I think he got sick last week. He's probably still getting over it.
What's up with him getting sick? He doesn't even have a kid yet.
He's too young.
I woke up today just like with like this pounding headache, like stuffed up nose. I'm just like, God damn it, kid, having a kid.
I went to bed like an hour and a half earlier than I wanted to last night because I thought I was getting the stomach bug. I was like, I'm doubled over in pain. It's like, bring me the bowl. I didn't have anything, but just these are the things. They just appear. out of nowhere.
I mean,
got it through the night.
I think this is a red flag of what's going on. Like, I have genuine worry about Ludvig when he has a kid?
Could be a challenge. So he's at the bottom. Top of leaders: Justin Zone, Justin Rose, Justin Lauer, Max Zone, Max Grazerman, Max McGreevy, all in there. Lauer had a great quote, kind of deked me. He goes, "Truly, if I'm being really truthful with everyone, my mind's not really here." I thought he was going to start talking about, I'm just trying to get through the Monken hire, the Todd Monken hire. He's a big Browns fan. I thought that's how he's going to finish it. He's trying to process the Monken hire, but no, his wife.
Golf advice question coming your way.
His wife is 34 weeks pregnant with twins at home. So we are big Lauer fans, or I am at least, as a fellow Northeast Ohioan. So pushing for him over the weekend or Friday through the weekend. That's it. Do you have any other Farmers thoughts you wanted to throw out there?
I'm really excited for the weekend. Excited about CBS kicking off. I'm excited to see how their new booth setup with Colt up top, Johnson on course. Like, really excited about that. Yeah. I think we've talked about it. Like, I don't think I think they've kind of taken some like big leaps and bounds, and it makes obviously Nance and his history like makes it feel bigger. Also, like, talk about trends to swing around. Like, I don't like Torrey Pines. That being said, I was watching the coverage today. They had these aerial shots, this unbelievable setting, which provides elements that are tough. The weather leading in has been amazing. So, you get a firm golf course. It should be amazing all weekend. And I think like the thing is that it is like a nice golf course after the last 2 weeks where like Waialae distance is kind of like passed it by. Last week's just this putting contest. And this is like the first actual golf test of the year. Now it's not like the most well-rounded golf test, but it is like you got to be on your P's and Q's to play well here.
It is possible to post 4 bogeys in a round.
Yeah. and so I'm like super excited to lock in and watch golf. It's on at great times, and it's got some epic pictures of the Pacific Ocean. Like, it's just like fun to look at the ocean, when golf's on, and with Century out, it kind of like, it's like the most picturesque course in the early slate until you get to Pebble. But I'm excited. I'm excited to watch golf this weekend.
This Century may be back in. Josh Carpenter said, the tournament director, 100%. We're going to get a new title sponsor. It's a great course, great city, lots of interest. We are comfortable with what lies ahead. I would agree with you. I think we have swung back around to some happy medium. I think like the discourse was like, this is a major championship. This is one of the best. Like, it's a municipal course. It's great, but it's a great. It's a fine to sometimes good, even great course for like January 30th, right? And that's good. Yeah, and that's good.
Especially like one of the things that happens with these West Coast, it's the worst time of the year to host here, but
right,
the amount of courses that can host this time of year is very small, so they come here. But I will say the weeks leading into this have been, since I've lived out here, the best weather we've had in 4 years.
Yep. I don't have any other big news. We talked about the DP World Tour. Nasa Haraoka leads at the Hilton Grand Vacations, whatever, Tournament of Champions. Celebrity leader is Marty Fish, of course. I know you're excited about that. Annika's in the middle of the leaderboard. I don't know how that works. She's right there with Larry, the cable guy, who will just play celebrity golf tournaments for the rest of time.
Is he even like a thing anymore?
I can't imagine. No. I mean, way more famous, talented. Look, I don't know. Do we still need the camo cutoffs?
You still have.
He went at me on Twitter. He went at me, accused me of like just being, I don't know. a jerk, which maybe he was right. I don't know. Yeah. So that's
Looks like Larry the
LPGA.
Cable guy is still
Warm.
going.
I mean, cable's not a thing anymore. Everybody's cut the cord. The bid is over. Anyways,
Maybe he should change his name to Larry the Streaming Guy.
so dumb. News: OWGR is apparently about to rule on LIV. Allegedly, Doug Ferguson, but now it was going to come this week. Maybe posted to next week. With the Reed stuff going on, so maybe we'll get OWGR points soon. Marco Penji had an interesting quote about how he was trying to find a club down in South Florida, and a couple essentially told him like that they weren't as hospitable as he expected. But now he's very happy. He's obviously moved with wife and child, I think, or soon to be child, to South Florida to set up shop here. But that quote got a lot of play about how the clubs, didn't exactly, they didn't all welcome me like I thought, or it was harder to get in than he thought. Unsubstantiated rumor, he might have showed up one in a t-shirt and shorts, and they told him to get the hell out. Anyways, unsubstantiated.
You think they were athletic shorts?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Maybe, but that's just a blind guess. Fox graphic, we talked about that. That does it for news. Do we have anything else you want to discuss? Do you want to do any golf advices? You said
I've got a golf advice.
Okay, please.
This is my personal golf advice question to you. Emmanuel Acho, was making the rounds.
Cite this guy for anything. Why are we going to the citing to this guy?
He said today that Shador, your quarterback,
Emmanuel Acho.
Pro Bowl quarterback.
Pro bowler.
Your Pro Bowl quarterback.
Has Caleb been a Pro Bowler yet?
No, I don't think so.
Well, there you go.
Remember it reminded me of Mitch, and when Mitch couldn't get through, that was during this podcast history when he couldn't get through the skills competition. He kept throwing it off the wall. You couldn't
get
lob
it through
it
the
over
tire
the wall.
or whatever. Yeah, God. Whoops.
I gotta ask my golf advice. My golf advice, I'm going to tailor this to golf. If somebody gets hired as my golf coach, even though they haven't had success, on course, should I listen to them?
Yes. I mean, what are we talking about?
So Emmanuel Acho said that Shador, I can't believe this is real analysis. Shador, who had maybe the worst statistical season of any quarterback this year, shouldn't listen to Todd Monken because he hasn't had that much success. He's never done it on his own, which is insane because you could have said the same thing about Ben Johnson last year.
Sean McVay when he walked in the door at 29. Like, this is insane.
So, honestly, maybe the worst take of the year. Of anybody.
I mean, there's reasons not. Maybe he might be bad. Sounds like such a shit show. The owner wanted to impose the defensive coordinator on him. Now the defensive coordinator might leave. Just Myles Garrett's posting the exhausted Popeyes worker meme to his Instagram. That's good. We're in a good spot. Great offseason, Jimmy Haslam. Investigate him further. Our FBI. Cash Patel, if you're out there listening, look into the Browns owner a little.
Patel's got his hands full with other things.
Anyways, that does it. Does it for our Friday episode. Any other golf advice?
You don't want to do real golf advice?
Peach, throw us a golf advice. Do you have one on the tip of your tongue?
Yeah, I got one. I got one right here.
Right. We're going over the hour mark here.
It's a Friday whimsy.
All right, this
was supposed to be a 20 to 30-minute commitment for us when we mapped it out.
I was going to say that was a long time ago. It hasn't been 20 to 30 minutes in a long time. This is from David.
Never was 20 to 30 minutes. Maybe the first one.
We should go find the shortest episode in the history of the podcast.
That's my Friday plans. I'm on it.
Well, you got to get into my account that unlocks the early episodes.
That is true. I have that link bookmarked somewhere. But
the Libsyn account.
That's harder to get than the YouTube money, maybe.
It might be. David 50, no interest in fighting. This last week, I was part of a threesome at my golf club in the low country of South Carolina. Another club member signed up as a single to fill out the group. While I don't own a golf cart, the majority of members at our club do own carts. The single that joined us did have a cart, and with the club only allowing 2 carts per group, I joined the single in his cart. We had a nice round and everything was going well until the 15th hole. The backside at our club is a straight out and back, with 15 being a good mile from the clubhouse. At the 15th tee, a rainstorm hit, and the member I was with announced he lived on this hole and was going home. He made no mention of any consideration of my circumstance as far as to how I would be getting back to the clubhouse. There was no invitation to come to his house and hang out in the garage until the rain passed. Left speechless, I unloaded my clubs and jumped on the back of another cart for a ride to a nearby house. While I do not have any interest in fighting, upon reflection, this makes me want to fight. How would the SGS team handle this situation?
What a preposterous situation.
I mean, this isn't like, this is barely golf advice. This is just your fellow human advice. Like, what are we doing?
I could just like vividly picture this. When I read it, I was dying laughing.
I don't know if I told you this story. I took my daughter to a Giants game with a friend. Did I tell you this story on air?
I don't think. I know you went.
I think I told you guys both this story offline. This just reminds me of this story. So in the outfield of the Giants park, there's like a place where little kids can go like run a little imaginary base and hit a ball off a wiffle ball tee. You know, it's like a wiffle ball, and there's an age or a height limit.
Sure.
So earlier, like 2 weeks earlier, I took my daughter. She's under the height limit.
Okay.
Maybe not 2 weeks. It was like probably like a month and a half earlier.
Okay.
I come back. I get these kids excited. Let's go do the bases. And it's a weeknight. It was like a September weeknight game against.
Nobody there.
There's no one there. Nobody. We get there. There's nobody on this like base path. Like except for there's like a little kid who's like walking off the bases. Like they're leaving. There's nobody in line. And we go, and this woman looks at my daughter and is like eyeing her up and down. And I'm like, oh, she's going to measure her. She measures her. And she's like literally like a quarter of an inch above, like maybe less than a quarter of an inch. Like if I took her ponytail down, she might have been under the height limit. She goes, she's over. I'm sorry, sir. She's these two girls are so excited. And this, 20-year-old workers like, I'm sorry, sir. She's too tall.
Rules are rules, man.
And turn around. I look around and I'm like, I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, she's too tall. And I go, there's no one here. Are you sure? They're really excited. They want to do this. I didn't know she was too tall. I was here. And she's like, nope. She can't go on there. She can't go. And I've got these two girls. I'm trying not to be, bad, human being in the moment. But now I have to deliver the news. And I'm like, you're too big. And the girls like turn and they start walking away. And I look at her. I'm like, are you sure? She goes, sir, if I let her in, the little kids will have nowhere to go. I go, there are no little kids around. But it reminds me of this. Like someone so
just
focused on their singular mission, their singular self, that they can't see the big picture. So you should absolutely be mad. I think these people, like if my daughter wasn't there and her friend wasn't there, I think I would have launched nuclear.
Yeah. I think I would have, even with the kids. I probably wouldn't have restrained myself.
And I think this person deserved to just you should have punched it in the nuclear codes and launched the missiles.
Yeah. Like, are you serious, man? Like, take me in and come back out. Like, I mean, I have a lot of questions about owning your own golf cart too. I just have thoughts. But I think
I was going to say,
in the right situation,
it's a more
owning your own golf
pervasive
cart
thing
is awesome.
in the South. I understand, and living on a golf course, it's more
unequivocally awesome.
Oh, I agree with that. But I mean, this guy sounds like an old codger. Just that, nobody's probably allowed to ride on his cart. Yeah, this is human advice. Just you have a right to tell this guy he's awful next time you see him. I got one more, Andy. Quick to burst your bubble.
Oh boy.
As a 37, 3 kids, no interest in fighting. As a native Northeast Ohioan, Andy's frequent disparagement of Lake Erie really grinds my gears. Makes 2 of us. My ears perked up the other day when Andy was discussing the great Chicago company, Morton's Salt. Andy may not be aware, however, that starting in 1959, Morton's obtained much of its salt from Fairport, Ohio, mine drilled under the all-caps great Lake Erie. Yet another instance of slapping supposedly prestigious Chicago branding on a product made and perfected elsewhere. So my question is this: should a respected podcast host be allowed to invoke the greatness of a famous Chicago salt company without also acknowledging the greatness of the Great Lake from which that company's primary product once came?
Listen. The reality of this, I regularly call Milwaukee Chicago's suburb. In the grand scheme of cities, Cleveland is Chicago suburb too. So I consider that, because like the Midwest revolves around Chicago.
Oh my God.
The East Coast revolves around New York and the West Coast revolves around LA, and everything in between can be divided up into suburbs.
So like how far is this go? Like is Philly a New York suburb?
Absolutely. Philly's a New York suburb, Boston's a New York suburb, Washington D.C.'s in Boston.
Offending like 75% of the audience right now.
There's a lot of angry people out there right now.
Anyways, there's your Morton Salt history.
There you go.
All right. I love that it was referred to as a prestigious brand. It's salt. It's a salt company. All right.
Maybe we'll go to the salt. We gotta check, see what shows. Next week, I want you to prepare a list of things you want to do in Chicago, and you can read them off.
Okay.
Do we have a long range weather forecast yet?
I haven't looked, but that's a good idea.
Not going to be good, I assume. But yeah.
Let's see.
Those activities better be, confined to indoors, I would imagine.
We're looking good.
Is a Ferris wheel
highs in the 20s?
Indoor or outdoor?
It's got to be outdoor, no?
Both.
But it's like contained.
What is
a Ferris wheel?
You're inside.
Yeah, you're like
I don't think it's open. I don't think it's open this time of year. I'm not positive though.
You want me on that Ferris wheel so bad.
Well, we might go back. We're going to go back in the summer, so we could always,
We'll be there for the Peak Cup.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there for the Peak Cup.
At the very least. What do you mean? It's a high of 25. It's with snow. What are you talking about? That's the long range forecast. The high of 25.
It's good. It's been really cold lately.
There's not the time we're there's not a high above 25. 5, 24, 22. God. All right. We're excited.
I'm just happy. It's 6 right now there.
Oh, yeah. These kids my kids don't know cold.
We got to figure this out. We got to figure out some plans. We got to get a call on the books.
Go to a Blackhawks game or something.
We got to check I think I'm protesting Bulls games. I thought
Michigan was playing Northwestern like Tuesday night or something. Wasn't that pitched at some point?
Intriguing. Chicago's Big Ten team.
And
you want to go to Welsh Ryan?
Top 5 team in the country. Yeah.
One time I won a free pair of shoes at Welsh Ryan.
Good ones?
Yeah, I think at the time they weren't. I think it was like in the Evan Eschmeyer era of Northwestern.
I had some post moves, Evan Eschmeyer. That guy had great touch. He get you down low, and then all of a sudden you're too far into the hoop, and you just well.
I was like a kid. I won a layup contest at halftime or something. Got a pair of shoes.
I want to say Northwestern's never had a good apparel deal. Like it's always been, Russell or, Under Armour and I
think I'm pretty interested in what they're doing with the football stadium.
I'm intrigued. It's intriguing.
Did you guys see the NFL attendance chart and the Bears? They sell out every game. They're last in attendance.
Why is that? Because it's just too small?
So small.
Soldier Field?
It's like 58 or 60,000 person stadium.
Now, was it massive before they like modernized it?
No,
it's always been small. Okay.
Tiny.
I didn't know if they took out a lot of seats
But that's the Northwestern Ryan Field. I mean, the college gym, it's a high school gym.
It looks sweet. Well, that's my whole thing. It's like, why do we have to? Besides, like the big house and a few. You could make some like amazing venues here. Like go for more like 30,000 seat stadiums. I don't know, like that MLS model. Some of these. I don't know.
Okay, I'll reach out. I'll reach out to I got some friends in the athletic department. We could probably go up there to conduct some business anyways.
I can't
some
believe
content.
This is the podcast. This is a call we should have next week or whatever. But yeah. All right. More things to Chicago. We'll start thinking about for Chicago. But buy some tickets. We'll be there February 12th. Everybody enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the golf. We got some great golf. We're so pumped to have golf back. Occasionally critical of it, but so fun to have Farmers back, and we're off and running. We're on our way. We're doing a lot of Masters chatter already, Players Championship chatter. We're off and running. We will talk to you on Monday.